Alright, this is Morals and Dogma. I received this when I became a 32nd degree Scottish Rite Mason. This book is available online, Scottish Rite. It is the annotated edition. As you can see, second printing of the annotated edition was in 2016. This book is free to read online. It's freely available to anybody who wants. You don't have to buy it on Amazon or audio book at Scottish Rite. Morals and Dogma was originally prepared by Grand Commander Albert Pike and first published in 1872. So we go to the back of the book. Trying to do this holding one hand, phone. I can't believe that I still see this video in 2024. We go to the back in the index and we find Lucifer blinds and deceives with his light. False represents evil force. Hoax, light bearer, son of the morning, spirit of darkness. This is the one that everybody misquotes on page 396. Let me just kind of want to hold that, but let's see if I can. 396, which is the 19th degree. It's an explanation of the 19th degree. Lucifer blinds and deceives selfish souls with his light. The apocalypse is, to those who perceive the 19th degree, the apotheosis of that sublime faith which aspires to God alone and despises all the pomps and works of Lucifer. Lucifer, the light bearer, strange and mysterious name to give to the spirit of darkness. Lucifer, the son of the morning. Is it he who bears the light, with its splendors intolerable, blinds feeble, sensual, or selfish souls? ? Doubt it not, for traditions are full of divine revelations and inspirations. And inspiration is not of one age or of one creed. Plato and Philo also were inspired. What they misquote is, it says, it is he who bears the light. That's not what he says. He says, is it he who bears the light? Doubt it not, because we know that this aspires to God alone. So, I just dropped my glasses, so I lost where we were at. Let's go here. False represents evil force. I don't know why they don't want to. There. False represents evil force 176. So I'm going to go over 176, which is Pike's expanding on the third degree, the Master Mason degree. So, the true name of Satan, the Kabbalists say, is that of Yahweh reversed. For Satan is not a black god, but the negation of God. The devil is the personification of atheism or idolatry. For the initiates, this is not a person, but a force, created for good, but which may serve for evil. It is the instrument of liberty or free will. They represent this force, which presides over the physical generation under the mythological and horned form of the god Pan. Thence came the he-goat of the Sabbath, brother of the ancient serpent, and the light-bearer, or phosphor, of which the poets have made the false Lucifer of the legend. So, first off, Pike is telling you this is alchemical. Liberty or free will. Will is sulfur. It's a masculine, it's the divine masculine. We all have it. It has nothing to do with gender. It's just a force. And they use masculine because the other is desire or emotion or feelings, and that's female. So the free will is fire. It's sulfur. It's the first stage of alchemy. It's calcination, and it burns. This force is reckoned with Venus. Venus is a fiery planet. Venus means fire in most of the languages. So phosphor, the Greeks, phosphor, was Venus as the morning star. They've transferred Pan. He's telling you that the poets have made the false Lucifer of the legend of Pan. Pan is a natural god, the god of nature. The pagans worshipped him as the green man, Geb. Many names, Menanin. He's all over the world. It's the masculine force of the earth, the masculine will of the earth. So now he's telling you that this has been attributed, all this has been changed, and this is what it's about. It is a force that's created for good. This is our free will, our ability to think and fathom and reason with logic. So I'm just I can't believe that this video still exists, and I get recommendations on YouTube in 2024 of these misquoted passages about Lucifer and Albert Pike venerating Lucifer when he didn't. He actually asked, is it Lucifer who bears all these things? Of course not. It's God. God is the one who is in control. And it's God who will not be mocked. So he's asking the question. So, and that's why when you see videos, they'll block out the paragraph. Let's see, we'll go back here to 396. And I've just recently watched one because I was interested in what this guy was saying about weird stuff on TikTok. But then he's got a thing about Masons every single day. It's like, and then it's like, what's up with this, man? And they'll block this paragraph out. They'll blank it out where you can't see it while he reads it. And he ends up changing this. It is he who bears the light. When it's not. It says, is it he who bears the light? We know that God is the light. God is the true light. And it's God who gives the life to all things. Gold to the eyes. We go back here. Gold to the eyes of the initiates is light condensed. See, he's letting you know that this is alchemical. They style the sacred numbers of the Kabbalah golden numbers. In the moral teachings of Pythagoras, his golden verses. Now we know that Pythagoras didn't invent the 47th problem of Euclid. This was known, okay? But he's the first one in the Greek world that wrote it down. So we're starting to see, from Egypt, Chem, the land of Chem, black arts, which everybody thinks is witchcraft, is not witchcraft. It's the Nile, the earth, the alchemical force that exists in all things. And this was represented by the Greek god Pan. So, in phosphor, well, Pan's not really a Greek god. It's a Gaelic. It's a universal type of god. It just had different names. It's the same thing. You can even say Baal before there was the sun reached the point during the Ice Age when Egypt became a desert. It was all lush land at one time, and they worshipped the gods of vegetation. So they saw this as a force from the high God, as giving light to people. So gold is to the eyes is light condensed. So what he's saying here is that it's God who provides all these things, not Lucifer. Lucifer is Venus. So, as he says, and so is phosphor, of which the poets have made the false Lucifer of the legend. Lucifer is a Roman word. It's for Venus as the morning star, as is phosphor. That's why it says son of the morning. It's not a personification. The devil is a personification of atheism or idolatry. atheism, don't believe in anything. So it's just convoluted on a lot of things that just aren't explained, and people misquote, and they try to make it into something it isn't. And what's sad about it is it's freely available. You can go online. You can look this book up. It's not hidden or anything. It's very archaic and it's very old, 1872. A lot of the stuff, people are like, I'm going to, I wanted to find out. I heard this quote back in the 90s. It was in a book. And I was like, I couldn't find whether or not it was true. Everybody had, no, it's true. Yes, it's true. No, it's not true. So I went ahead and got the book. It was in PDF form, and I read the book. And it's a long book. And let me tell you, I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in it about the ancient stuff from the world, about religions. But it was written a long time ago. So people are like, well, there's going to be secrets of masonry in it. Well, unfortunately, no, there's not, because a lot's changed. I can say that, having gone through these degrees, a lot of it's changed. But what Pike was trying to do was he was trying to write down what people believed before that knowledge was lost. It's the same thing we're doing today through the age of disinformation. We research things and post things and put it online because we see the censoring that goes on throughout the ages, especially since even the dawn of the internet from the early 90s. I mean, after Y2K, there was a lot of censorship that went down. GeoCities got completely wiped. So you see a lot of this information is disappearing. Well, it was no different back then. It's never been different. We're always losing the knowledge. So Pike's purpose was to write down this knowledge. It's not what he particularly believes. Pike was a Christian. He's unfortunately been slandered as a member of the KKK, which he preached against the KKK. He advised against the KKK. And then he was one of the first advocates for Prince Hall Masonry, which is black masonry in the South. He was one of the first. So it's like, what history, when they're tearing down Albert Pike's monument, it's like, this is ignorance. It's completely ignorance because they listen to a webpage that somebody made and they end up misquoting a book. And it's like, okay, we're not going to go sue them. I mean, we don't have that. We're a nonprofit organization, but the only thing that you can do is you can get the light out, and that is to try to show the truth and to say this is what it says and this is what it's about. But I hope this video made some sense. And you can go research and look this stuff up yourself. Don't take my word for it, and don't take somebody else's word for it that says Albert Pike venerated Lucifer because it says so on such and such page, and then they blank the page out where you can't read the words that they're reading to show that they're misreading it. I mean, that's a clue right there. When they fuzzy all the words, you can't see it. Well, then, I mean, how do I know that's redacted? I want to see what's been redacted. And then come to find out, well, it's not the same thing that he's reading. So, and it changes everything. So who funded this guy's videos? And who does he work for? And what are they about? They don't like benevolence. They don't like charity. They don't like helping communities, helping the poor, helping the blind, helping the people who can't help themselves. Who's against all that? I mean, who doesn't like that? I mean, there's a list, and I'm not going to go into them, but, sure, they're interested in making videos like that, and they rely on people's laziness to not look things up. They're not going to look it up. They're going to take my word for it, and then they're going to tell somebody else. They're going to tell somebody else. And it's right there. It can be looked up. It can be rectified and shown that, hey, this doesn't square with what you're saying at all. This is what he said. And just because this is an annotated edition, you can go get the regular edition. The annotated edition just gives the footnotes down here at the bottom. That's all it's doing. And it lengthens the book a little bit and makes it a little bit longer. But anyway, I've rambled long enough. I hope you have a blessed day.